there, it's Jana from Ballerinas by Night. Let's talk adult ballet intensives. There are, fortunately, a variety of adult ballet intensives and workshops to pick from these days, which can be kind of overwhelming, but it's a great thing. When it comes to making a decision about which one is going to be right for you, it comes down to a variety of factors. Logistical side and then like the dancing side. So logistically, where are the intensives located that you are interested in going to? What are their costs? What are the travel components to going to those? Figuring out all of those, like, can it actually happen elements can help you kind of narrow down your list, assuming that you probably have a small list going at this point. If you don't know of any and you want to go to some, check out our website. I have a page with some listed that you can start looking at now. Anyway, so once you've kind of narrowed down what you can actually afford and have time to go do, because intensives vary in length and cost and all of that, then it kind of boils down to, like, what are your needs as a dancer right now? Do you want something that is going to push you? Like, are you looking for like a technical, want to bump up my technique kind of intensive? Are you looking for a more like well-rounded experience of dancing and community and maybe like creativity? Like, there's different kind of things that you might want to get out of your experience that one may lend itself more than the other. So, for example, I went to artÉmotion in 2019. I have a vlog about that experience. I will link it below and on a card, wherever that goes. You guys probably know this intensive, but it's Allison DeBona and Rex Tilton's summer intensive at the Ballet West Studios in Salt Lake City. It is very like dance heavy. Like, if you want to go and really like focus on your technique, you know, learning other styles of dance, really like pushing yourself technically, that is a great intensive to go to. It will kick your butt. And you will do a performance at the end. It'll really like push your stamina, and you get to, you know, meet other dancers from Ballet West that will teach your classes, and just go to, of course, meeting Allison and Rex in general. Allison will coach you through a photo shoot at the thing. So there's so many like fun things about artÉmotion, but I feel like my biggest takeaway from that was like, you got to be ready to dance. Like, it's rigorous. So that could be good or that can be bad for you. So I'm just putting that information out there. Versus like, I'm contemplating going to the New York City Ballet adult workshop weekend, where, you know, I haven't been to it yet, but when I look at the sample schedule, it's like there's classes and then there's like, you know, like maybe like specific Balanchine type things, like a pirouette class, or there's a Pilates class, or things like that. But and then there'll be like a studio, like a theater tour or something. So there are components built into the day that are not necessarily like punching out the classes, but a more like tourism element as well, maybe. So like for me right now, that kind of sounds appealing, because I was kind of not really dancing much in 2022, like not much at all, not nearly as much in 2021. And I've just had all kinds of series of minor injuries, and so the idea of dancing some and getting like maybe some conditioning classes, and then just like I don't know, just still getting the experience of ballet and getting to see like behind the scenes of some things at, you know, at a major ballet company, you know, that kind of seems appealing for me right now. So just kind of, that depends on where you are in your like dancing journey right now. I will give a little bit of insight to the International Adult Ballet Festival, which I went to last summer. It was the inaugural year. It was a fantastic experience. I think that one, like my big takeaway from that one was like community. If you want to go and like make a ton of good friends, like that is a place to do it. It was the amount of like support and uplifting that you got from others at that festival was like nothing else I've ever seen before. It was incredible. It was just a ton of fun too. Like it's in Miami, Florida, so like you're just in this like tropical environment, and it feels like a vacation, and then you're like dancing ballet and looking at palm trees, and like it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. Highly recommend. So those are both of my, like, they're very different experiences, like artÉmotion and IABF, and they're both wonderful experiences. So really it just boils down to like, what can you afford to do and have time to do, and what do you want to get out of it right now as a dancer? So I think if you can kind of figure out those elements, it'll help you decide. Maybe though, like I'm trying to provide as much information about the ones that I've been to, but It is helpful if the site gives you like a suggested itinerary of like what your day will look like, and most of them do that, give you a breakdown so you have an idea of like, is it going to be class, lunch, class, you know, what is the schedule going to look like? Can I physically do that right now? Those are the big things I would look at when you're looking to make this decision. If you're curious what I'm doing this year, I don't know yet. I at some point want to go back to artÉmotion. I don't think I could physically do that this year based on how I've been out and I'm recovering. Like I rolled my ankle and like I'm just all the things. And I want to be able to like really like do the point class, do all the things. So I'll probably wait on that till 2024. If I get to go do the portraits again in IABF, of course I am like first flight out. Like that was so much fun. That was so much fun. The New York City Ballet Workshop one it's up in the air. Like I want to try to make it happen. If I do, I think Kristen is going to try to go too, so that might help the travel cost in terms of like accommodations. My aunt lives in New York, so I could crash at her place, but I also sometimes hate to ask her that, especially if I'm like bringing a friend too. So I don't know, that one's up in the air, but I think what I probably will make happen is Houston Ballet is doing an intensive at the end of May, and it's not as many hours of dancing a day. Like it's only in the evening for the first like 3 days, and then you've got like 2 days of daytime dancing, and so it feels like maybe a little bit of a better balance for me. And there's like Pilates and conditioning classes mixed in there, so I feel like that checks a lot of boxes for me as a dancer, and the fact that it's within driving distance, I can get down there on less than 1 tank of gas. My sister lives in Houston, so a free place to stay, and I get to visit her. So and the timing of it is great for me to be gone from work. If you watched my recent life update video, you know that I now am on staff at Oklahoma City Ballet, which is incredibly exciting. And there has been talk of doing an adult ballet intensive at Oklahoma City because I've been telling them like, you should do this. So if it happens, I will let you know. But again, like that's something where I'll probably be able to like jump in and take class, but I'm sure I'll be like partially working and doing that. And so I really want to do something like just for me. I hope this is helpful. If you have any other questions, I can literally talk forever about the differences between the intensives and the specifics. I filmed this a few times and I keep going into those tangents, and I think it's just so long and unnecessary. So this is kind of like the base version of all of that information. So if you want like a further insight to artÉmotion or the International Adult Ballet Festival, I think you can sense a lot of that in the vlog that I have from each of those. So I would watch those, and then if you have any other like really specific questions, just let me know either in the comments, or you can send me email or a message on Instagram probably. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that's been like specifically asked. I'll think of it as soon as I turn the camera off. So let me know if there's any intensives that you recommend. You can leave them in a comment below. Feel free to use the comments as community to help each other out. And then also you can visit ballerinsbynight.com. I got the website. It only took me 10 years to get ballerinsbynight.com, but I did it. I did it, guys. It's a work in progress. It's up, but it's not like finished. So, but at least there's something on there to start with. All right, anyway, hope you're well. Take care of yourself. Great to see you, and I'll see you in another one soon. Bye.